powerful earthquake has hit the east coast of Taiwan, with reports of at least 4 dead and 50 people injured. The quake triggered tsunami alerts in the Philippines and Japan. Officials say flights were suspended at Okinawa's main airport as a precautionary measure.
In the pre-dawn hours of a seemingly ordinary day, the island of Taiwan was shaken to its core. The ground beneath the feet of millions began to tremble, slowly at first, then violently, as the strongest earthquake in 25 years struck. This is the story of that fateful day, a day that will be etched into the memories of those who lived through it. The calm before the storm. It was a serene morning in Taiwan. The sun had yet to rise, and the world was still cloaked in the gentle embrace of night. In the bustling city of Taipei, the streets were quiet, with only a few early risers beginning their day. In the countryside, farmers were preparing for a day of labor, unaware of the impending disaster. Life was as it always had been, a blend of the mundane and the extraordinary, a tapestry of human experience. Yet, beneath this veneer of normalcy, the earth was preparing to remind everyone of its raw, untamed power. The first tremors. At precisely 5:14 a.m., the first tremors began. Light sleepers felt their beds shake, and the more sensitive among them were jolted awake. Pets, with their acute senses, whimpered and sought refuge. Birds took flight, their instincts warning them of the danger that loomed. For a few seconds, it seemed like a minor quake, the kind that Taiwan, situated on the Pacific Ring of Fire, experiences from time to time. But then, the shaking intensified. Walls began to creak, objects tumbled from shelves, and the once sturdy ground felt like it was turning to liquid. The epicenter. The epicenter of the quake was located off the eastern coast, near the city of Hualien. Here, the tremors were the most severe. Buildings swayed precariously, and the sound of breaking glass filled the air. The earth seemed to roar, a deep, guttural sound that struck fear into the hearts of those who heard it. In the small fishing villages along the coast, boats were tossed about like toys. Fishermen, who had spent their lives on the sea, found themselves at the mercy of forces far beyond their control. The ocean itself seemed to rise up in anger, with waves crashing onto the shore with unprecedented ferocity. The panic. As the tremors continued, panic set in. In Taipei, people poured out of their homes and into the streets, seeking safety in open spaces. Parents clutched their children, their faces etched with fear. In the chaos, the sounds of car alarms, sirens, and the cries of frightened residents melded into a cacophony of distress. In Hualien, the situation was even more dire. Buildings began to collapse, sending plumes of dust into the air. Roads cracked and buckled, making travel nearly impossible. The local hospital, a lifeline for the injured, was overwhelmed with patients, many of whom had suffered severe injuries from falling debris. The heroes. In the midst of the chaos, heroes emerged. Emergency responders, trained for such disasters, sprang into action. Firefighters, paramedics, and police officers worked tirelessly to rescue those trapped in the rubble. Their bravery and dedication shone through, even as aftershocks continued to rattle the ground. Ordinary citizens, too, became heroes. Neighbors helped neighbors, pulling each other to safety and offering comfort in the face of unimaginable fear. In one particularly moving scene, a group of teenagers formed a human chain to rescue an elderly woman trapped in her home. Their courage and selflessness were a testament to the strength of the human spirit. The aftermath. As the sun rose, the full extent of the devastation became clear. Entire neighborhoods had been reduced to rubble. Roads and bridges were impassable, and power outages left many in darkness. The once vibrant cities and towns of Taiwan now bore the scars of the Earth's fury. In the hours and days that followed, rescue and relief efforts intensified. The Taiwanese government declared a state of emergency and called for international assistance. Aid poured in from around the world, a testament to the global community's solidarity with Taiwan in its time of need. Stories of survival. Amid the wreckage, stories of survival began to emerge. In Hualien, a young couple was pulled from the rubble of their apartment building after being trapped for over 24 hours. Their reunion with their families was a poignant reminder of the resilience of the human spirit. In Taipei, a schoolteacher shielded her students with her body as the ceiling of their classroom collapsed. Miraculously, they all survived, and the teacher was hailed as a hero. Such stories provided glimmers of hope in the midst of the tragedy. The long road to recovery. The road to recovery would be long and arduous. Rebuilding homes, infrastructure, and lives would take years, but the people of Taiwan, known for their resilience and determination, faced the challenge head-on. Communities came together to support one another, and the spirit of solidarity was palpable. Government agencies worked tirelessly to restore essential services. Engineers and construction workers labored day and night to repair roads, bridges, and buildings. Psychologists and counselors provided support to those traumatized by the quake, helping them navigate the emotional aftermath. Lessons learned. This earthquake, the strongest in 25 years, served as a stark reminder of Taiwan's vulnerability to seismic activity. It underscored the importance of preparedness and resilience in the face of natural disasters. The government vowed to invest in more robust infrastructure and early warning systems to better protect its citizens in the future. Moving forward. As Taiwan moves forward, the memory of that fateful day will remain. The scars left by the earthquake will serve as a reminder of the Earth's power and the fragility of human life, but they will also stand as a testament to the strength and resilience of the Taiwanese people. In the years to come, Taiwan will rebuild, homes will be reconstructed, roads will be repaired, and lives will be restored. The island will once again thrive, its people united by the shared experience of surviving one of the most powerful earthquakes in its history. And as they rebuild, the people of Taiwan will carry with them the stories of that day, the stories of fear and bravery, of loss and survival, of destruction and rebirth. These stories, etched into the collective memory of the nation, will serve as a source of strength and inspiration for generations to come. In the end, the earthquake was not just a story of devastation, but also a story of resilience, unity, and hope. And it is these qualities that will ensure Taiwan's enduring strength in the face of whatever challenges lie ahead.